reviewing 46 of the newest products at Sephora, part 2. So if you missed it yesterday, I uploaded part 1. I am speed reviewing 46 products that I have been testing with multiple wear tests, multiple products, multiple ways. I've been thoroughly testing them and I'm ready to give you my final review on them just in time and just ahead of the end of the Sephora sale. So yesterday's video covers all of the new complexion that I've been testing. Today's videos, we're working on the eyes and the lips, finishing that up. Now, you'll notice eyeshadow palettes are missing. That is because tomorrow's video, I am going to be going over all of the new eyeshadow palettes at Sephora with you. But first and foremost, let's talk about these eyes and lips products so that I can help you narrow down your Sephora wish list to tell you what's actually worth it or not. Because one thing about me is I'm always going to come back and give you a follow-up on a product that I talk about on my channel. So like we have 46 follow-ups today. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start off with these babies, which I've been talking about a lot. These made it into my Sephora recommendations. These are the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes Longwear Cream Eyeshadows. I have all of the shades, so I'm going to show you the swatches real quick. Bisque, Sandstone, Mauve, Blush, Chestnut, Taupe, Sienna, Espresso, Slate, and Black. These are a liquid eyeshadow that perform as easily as a cream shadow. They're very lightweight. They're very flattering on mature eyelids. They don't feel heavy. They don't get creasy. It's truly amazing. It almost smooths out the eyelid as well. I think these are beautiful bases for individual eyeshadows or on their own. I mean, these make a matte eye look so blurred and so beautiful. You know I'm about the shimmery glimmeries, especially this time of year. But whenever I use these, I love a good matte look. They're like soft blur and they wear so well. Like I need them in a foundation. That's how good these look on my eyelids. I could use this blurring lightweight power in a foundation as well. But anyways, these are phenomenal. Highly recommend them. Everything that I wanted and more. If you're intimidated by a cream shadow, don't be by these. They are so easy to use, just like a powder eyeshadow. Honestly, just dot it on your eyelid. That's what I did. I think I used the shade Taupe today and blend it out and you got it. And then I used the shade Espresso just to deepen my lash line a little bit. That's that. Those are amazing. Patrick Ta also launched 4 new shades of his Major Dimension Eye Illusion eyeshadow duos. These also managed to make their way into my recommendations, which is interesting that that happened because I did not recommend the ones from last year. But this year's shades, he stepped it up. So from lightest to darkest in the shades, we have In Your Dreams. This one I recommend the least because I think these two kind of look similar to one another. Then we have When the Sun Hits, which is a little bit warmer. Then we have Always on Your Mind, which I demoed a couple videos ago all over my eyelid. And then Slow Burn. So I love these new shades in particular because they are more glittery than the ones that launched last year. And these are an expensive product. And I just felt like they weren't that different from any normal shimmer or glimmer eyeshadow that you can get in other palettes. These actually have that special quality to them that make the value much more worth it. And these you should use with a glitter glue, but you don't have to. They work fine on me without a glitter glue. I just pop my finger in and then put it on my eyelid, and then I have an instant, easy, glittery eye look. So the shades that he launched this year are incredible. Fenty Beauty also launched a Diamond Balm collection a few weeks ago, a couple months ago probably at this point. So they launched Shadow Sticks Diamonds, which the Shadow Sticks were okay, but these new diamond ones are a little bit more special because they're diamondy, they're glittery. So the one that I'm actually wearing on my eyelid right now that I demoed is Champion. Or Champion, I don't know, but it's really, really pretty. I think that this formula works really well in this glimmer finish. I think this is stunning. I haven't had any fallout or anything like that. I just drew it on. It's not creasing. The only thing is with this glitter formula in particular, with the lighter shades, like the light one and the lilac one, I don't think it's very flattering on a mature eyelid because it can make the eyelid look a little wrinkly. you know? So you know if you're not the clientele for that. It's very beautiful. It wears beautifully, but the way it sits on the eyelid isn't exactly the most flattering, and sometimes that happens with the glitter finish, but wanted to have you keep that in mind. But overall, these are pretty good, and I'm pretty picky with shadow sticks, but the like ultimate shadow stick that I've been loving, loving are from Danessa Myricks. These are the Color Fix sticks. Ever since I purchased this, I cannot put it down, so much so that I picked up a new shade for the Sephora sale myself. And so what cool packaging. First of all, you can mix and match shades if you buy some different ones. So one side's going to be a metallic finish. The only con to the metallic is I do find it a little bit difficult to blend, particularly with this duo that I have for. The metallic shade is kind of dark, and so it sticks a little bit, and it's hard to blend, and I want to be able to blend this out a little bit easier, but the foiled shade is incredible. It's like a press-on glitter. You don't get any fallout, and it has more oomph than even the Fenty Beauty. These are stunning, and what's amazing about this formula is they have this cooling sensation on the eyelid. They literally almost feel wet to apply. So easy to use, particularly the foiled shade. These are incredible. If you like a shadow stick, you like metallics, you like foils, you like glitters, you have to try this. I don't have any fallout with this. Incredible product. I've tried a lot of eyeliner pencils recently. Very good. I mean, these labs have got these pencil liners figured out. So this is from probably this summer. So this is a little bit of an older review, but it's not an everyday color for me. So it stayed in my speed reviews drawer longer than I thought. But it's the Natasha Denona Macrotech Eye Crayon in the shade Taupe. So this launched with that grungy palette. But you know what? I've been surprised, even though I don't use this like every day, there are some surprising looks that this was very flattering. So now I am into a taupe liner. This is actually the liner that I have on. It's incredible for neutral, cool toned looks. This is a very easy to use pencil liner, and it stays a very long time as well. It has a pretty smooth glide on the eyelid. It can be smudged out just a little bit. Everything I like about a pencil liner, this one has had the qualities. So Natasha Denona has a very good eyeliner pencil, but also so does Makeup by Mario, who expanded his color range in recent months. So the shades that he has, he also brought out a taupe. Then I used the shade today, Bronze. This is stunning. This bronze shade I did not expect to get so much use out of. This is the most stunning waterline color, because it's got that little shimmer in there. It's not harsh like a matte color, but it does add that definition. That said, it's not the longest lasting in the waterline, but it gets the job done. Like, it's not bad. But these on the upper lash line, they're not gonna budge. He also launched a plum shade and a midnight blue shade, which has been fun with some of the holiday looks. These are also a very good liner, and they last, like I said, not the longest in the waterline, but pretty good everywhere else. And again, they set down. They have a little bit of a creamy application, but you can also have some time to smudge them down, and I enjoy the color ranges. So these are very similar formulas, honestly. That's why my description is very similar. And then with Hung Van Gogh's beauty line launching, he launched two different eyeliner formulas. The first one that we have is the Longwear eyeliner pencil. So this one is going to set down. It's going to start off with a creamy application, and then it's going to set and not budge. And if you are looking for the most budge-proof, waterproof eyeliner on the market, you found it. The only con to this is you can't really smudge it out. It, like, once it hits the skin, it sticks, but this lasts in the waterline like no other. I actually should order the brown shade, since I love a brown in my waterline, because this will last. So if you have watery eyes, look into this pencil, as well as the shade along the lash line is very black as well. So if you're looking for something budge proof, this is fantastic, but it is hard to move around, which is why he formulated and launched the Soft Velvet Kohl eyeliner. So this is a kohl eyeliner. It's never going to set down. The intention of this is to create shape and to smudge with this. So this is not going to last in the waterline quite like the other pencil. I don't use kohl liners very often, so I'll be honest, I haven't gotten much use out of this because it's just not one that I will reach for a lot. I also have this in the shade Taupe. You can do some cool eyeshadow shapes with this as well. Just not a product that I use a lot, but it is like a nice, easy to use kohl liner. To finish off the eyes, like I said, eyeshadow palettes coming tomorrow, but I do have one semi-new mascara that Milk Makeup launched. This is their Kush mascara. It has a different name, but it's oddly enough not on the packaging, but you'll see it on the side. This is a decent mascara. You know, I just don't have a lot to work with when it comes to lashes, but I do like the way that this makes my lashes look, and it holds a curl decently well, and we have no flaking. So for someone with bare minimum lashes, this meets adequate performance, and it dries quick enough. You can see it gives some nice separation, a little bit of definition to the lashes. It's a nice mascara. Is it a mascara I'm going to repurchase when I am done, though? No. So that should, I mean, I think that's the answer, right? But would I repurchase it? I wouldn't, but I'm enjoying my time using it. That said, not much is helping these little things. You know, I just gotta go to the fake stuff to get the look that I'm desiring. But for a no lash day with just this mascara, I would say it's looking pretty nice. Okay, let me take a sip of my water. Let's move on to the lips category. I mean, in 2025, there was so much lips that launched, and honestly, they all were starting to be the same to me. They were the same launches, very little differences in the formula. It became the most underwhelming category to me, which I wasn't ever expecting, but this selection today is a little bit smaller. I don't know if it's because I just became so uninterested and stopped trying lip products, or have brands slowed down. I don't think so. I think it's the first thing. I became uninterested. But let me show you what I've been using. So this first one is the Fall Color from Laneige, who has since launched more flavors. But this one is Pumpkin Pie. I want a piece of pumpkin pie. I don't think I mentioned this on my YouTube channel, you guys. I got gestational diabetes. So I'm like, it's a tragic story for a foodie like me. I want a pumpkin roll. I want some pumpkin pie. This touched me in places that made me very sad. But anyways, you know how I feel about the Laneige lip masks. These aren't the most hydrating lip mask on the market, but I like them, and I like the flavors that they come out with. And this has a very, very subtle pumpkin-y scent. It's not overwhelming by any means if it's not your jam. But I've enjoyed using this just to get in the fall spirit, even though at this point, it's freaking November, WTF. But yeah, it's a fun seasonal flavor of not the best lip mask formula in the world. But I like it. Let's move on to lip liners and lipsticks. I got to experience Westman Atelier's lip line. So these aren't new, but they are new to me. And surprisingly, one thing I really enjoyed was their lip shape lip liners. Now, these are not a lip liner that's set down, so you can smudge them a little bit. They might need to be reapplied. They kind of leave a whisper of shadow behind as they fade, but their shades, at least the shades that I have, are gorgeous. The shade Biscuit that I'm wearing is just the perfect everyday color. However, it is not one that sets down, so it's not the longest lasting, but just for everyday, something you can feel very comfortable to reapply. I love this. I also have the shade Mink, which is a little deeper if I just want a little bit more oomph, especially with the holidays. I might want some more oomph in my lips. When am I gonna debut my red lip? I'm gonna have to do that soon. I'm surprised I haven't worn a red lip yet with all this holiday stuff. But anyways, really like these liners, but just know they're ones that don't set down. I also experienced my first Westman Atelier lipstick, very luxe, you guys. So this is the Lip Suede matte lipstick. I'm not in, but I picked up the shade Rephr. I didn't pick it up. I got this in PR, just so you know. This is a really beautiful kind of mauve-y rosy shade. A very nice lipstick, you guys. It's a soft matte finish, not too drying, decent wear time considering it is still a cream lipstick. It's not like super long lasting. Very smooth to apply, doesn't dry out the lips. I have nothing bad to say about this. I mean, Westman Atelier is a pricey brand. They have a great lipstick set. If you want to try out the formula and save a little bit of money, it's a luxe lipstick. So you're paying for the name, you're paying for the packaging, but it is beautiful. Another lip line that I got to experience was Hung Van Gogh's lip line. I don't have too much. I only have one lip liner, and I've got to be honest, I don't really love the shade that I have. This is like Van Gogh Red, so it's the shade of the packaging, but just for me, it is way too orange. Even when I'm wearing like this color of red orange lipstick, I want like a brown background, not such a vibrant lip pencil. I think the lip pencil is fine. I don't have anything like any strong feelings either way. I think it's a nice lip pencil. It does set down, unlike the other ones I'm going to mention today, but it's just not a color that I'm reaching for. I just don't find it flattering on my complexion, because I do also have the Van Gogh Red in the lipstick, and the lipstick formula is really nice, but again, this shade, it doesn't do it for me. But I do have this gorgeous shade from his range. Not one that I would have ever thought I would have loved, but this is so beautiful for the holidays. It's a gorgeous berry color. Award winner. I've been surprised by how much I enjoy this. This is a nice creamy formulation. Again, I don't have too strong of a feeling about these. I think they're nice. And that's really all I can say. It's a cream lipstick, and I think it's a nice lipstick at that, but that's all I can say. I like that shade. Award winner though, and they're a good formula, creamy. And then the last lip liner that I have, I didn't pick up any of her lipsticks. So I only have this lip liner and then the one that I decided to pick up for the Sephora savings event in the deeper shade. But the first shade that I ended up with is Skinny Dip, which is slightly warmer than I wanted. But this one is meant to be a little bit softer on the lips, so it's not supposed to give like a super defined line. And it also doesn't set down because you can smudge with it, kind of that Mary Phillips style, but it's really pretty. This is kind of what I thought more of what the Rhode lip shape contours were going to be like formula-wise. Obviously, this is skinny, but this was a formula that I more so had in mind. And I like this formula, but it does fade. It does kind of soften and blend out. And I just like kind of like an in-between, I would say, when it comes to lip liner. I don't need it to be budge-proof. I do like a little bit of flexibility, but I do want it to have a little bit more longevity. This, all things considered, does not have bad longevity at all, considering its creamy nature and the fact that it doesn't set down, but that was just me speaking out loud. Anyways, this is very nice. It doesn't set down. The shades in the range I really like because they're meant to be that contoury background kind of style. So if you like those nudie taupey looks, you will like these, and I liked it enough to pick up a new shade. I have more colors of these. I don't know where they're at, but the reason I don't know where they're at is because I use them so much. These are from Kulfi. These are their Lassie Lips Staining Lip Oil, and what is the most unique thing about these are the colors. This one in particular that I have is Guava. It's a little bit on the brighter side, but they have some neutral tones that still stain the lips underneath. So they will leave that pretty gloss, and then behind, when the gloss fades, you do have the lip stain. And they have some lip stain colors that aren't super vibrant, which I love, because I feel like lip stains all kind of look the same on me, and they're just a little bit more vibrant than I normally would prefer. But take it from me, I'm sorry I don't have the demo, but the Kulfi line does have a little bit more neutral ones, which makes it so unique. So I love those. And then I also have been messing with these guys from Kulfi. These are very nice too. They create good quality products. These are the Lip Snack Glossing Lip Balms. Now, I'm sick of this style of lip product, I will say. There is so many of these. Every brand and their mama has a version of these. The Kulfi version is nice. When it comes to these formulas, they're all kind of blending into one another. This is a nice one. It's hydrating. I think it leans a little bit more towards gloss in terms of like some other ones are like thicker and stickier. These are not, and these colors are very pretty. They actually are different from one another. They aren't all clear like some brands. So I like these. I think they did a good job. Did I need them? No. Seriously. Every brand has them. It's too much, and it's too much of the same, but it's a good formula. And then Glow Recipe also extended their range. Now, what I do like about my mom's calling me, hold on. Now, the thing I do really like about these Glow Recipe ones is actually just like the Kulfi, but even more so, the colors actually matter. They aren't all clear. Now, these Glow Recipe ones, excuse me, they're, I'm gonna say, a little more glassy. If I had to compare them to some other ones, they have a little bit more thickness as well. They do look quite wet on the lips, but they do have a little bit of grittiness in the consistency as well that you might not like. I'm not really bothered by that, but the new shades that they have are Coconut Bingsu and then Dragon Fruit Bingsu. Both of these very gorgeous colors, and again, actually have that impact on the lips. But like, you can close your eyes and pick one of from any brand, and They do the same thing, so. But I do like both of those brands. Then Fenty from their Diamond Balm collection, they also launched the Gloss Bomb Sticks in How Many Carats. So this formula, I enjoy it because it's actually glittery. I will say the glitter for me was taken a little bit far in this particular shade, but they did what they set out to do. If you want pure white glitter on your lips, this is for you. This color is not for me. It is a formula that I like, and I like this formula and the shimmer sticks that they have because they are actually glittery, but this is pretty unwearable for me. So, like this formula, but this shade in particular didn't do it for me, but it did what it was supposed to do. And then the last product that I have in today's 46 product speed review are the Lawless Forget the Filler glosses that they did in collaboration with Love Shack Fancy. Like, two of my favorite things, you guys. I love Love Shack Fancy. I'm inspired by Love Shack Fancy. I have a Love Shack Fancy Stanley collab. I love the Pottery Barn Love Shack Fancy collab. It inspired my beauty room. And this is my favorite lip gloss formulation ever. But these shades are very icy. Like, these are not the most flattering shades. These shades are cute with a certain look, but I don't do that look very often, so I haven't reached for these very much. I was really excited about these, and the packaging is so cute. But they're very 2000s icy pink, and it just ended up not being colors that I wear, except for like the occasional look where they are cute, but still love the formula. Favorite lip gloss formula still, and still love Love Shack Fancy. It changes nothing. The colors weren't very cute on me for the most part, but there we have it, you guys. Those are 46 speed reviews of the newest products that I've been testing at Sephora, and I finally can put a little bow on it, as I always say, and put these products back in my general population because they have been reviewed. I've given you my final thoughts, and that's that. So I will have all of the products that I mentioned linked down below, as well as tagged in YouTube shopping. Make sure if you missed yesterday's video, you check out the complexion version of this as well. That was part 1. Thanks for hanging out with me, and stay tuned for maybe tomorrow or the day after. It depends how long it takes to edit, but I will be covering all of the new eyeshadow palettes as well, which makes me so happy. The eyeshadow palettes are back. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thanks for hanging with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.